Um, whatever resonates. And I'm on for my side, based on sales, the article, some last women, second paragraph, everyone get right into it. I don't know if y'all heard me or not, if it was still connected to my headphones. But like I said, it's gonna be a collective reading. Take whatever resonate and leave the rest. As always, I'm gonna pull my cards and some tarot and some telepathy oracle and some lost girl made woman. The high priestess. Shuffle these cards up, then we gonna get right into it. All right. Spirit, please give me the messages for the collective. What are the messages? Aren't any more, any more. Oh, they just want to fall on the floor. Oh, right. All right, let's see. So we got Cybertruck. So collective, you could drive a Cybertruck, or you could be dealing with someone who drives a Cybertruck. There could be someone coming towards you who drives a Cybertruck. And we got the name Quinn, could be significant. And we have 3 to 6 kids. So collective, you could have 3 to 6 kids, or whoever Quinn is can have 3 to 6 kids. Maybe Quinn drives this cyber truck who wants to come towards you, who has 3 to 6 kids, or Quinn who drives a cyber truck could be coming towards somebody that has 3 to 6 kids, and that could be you, collective. Then we have police having sex meetups as bribes to do unjust things. So there could be police involved in whatever this situation is. They could be having sex meetups as bribes to do unjust things. So whoever they are having these sexual meetups with, they are taking the sexual favors in order for them to do whatever they are being asked to do by whoever they are having these sexual favors with. Now, I don't know if Quinn is a police officer of some sort or official who has these sex meetups as bribes to do unjust things to others, but they are coming out. And then we have vodka. This could be someone who drinks vodka, or collective, you could like to drink vodka. This person could be someone who is slender, or you could be. And we have Lakers fan. So this could be a Lakers fan, or you could be a Lakers fan, collective. And we have mad. You take care of your priorities. So whoever this police officer is, they could be mad that you take care of your priorities, collective. Maybe whoever this police officer is, they could have taken a bribe to do something unjust to you. And then we have wanting you to be approached by lustful individuals only. So whoever this police officer is, they want you to be approached by lustful individuals only. and they could want this for you because they are mad that you take care of your priorities, mad that they are the one that is accepting sexual favors as a bribe in order to do unjust things to you. So they could want you to be approached by the same. So they could get approached by a lot of lustful individuals willing to give up sex as exchange for them to do unjust things to certain individuals collective, and they could be mad because they see that you are someone that doesn't have to do this, doesn't have to take a bribe or give a bribe in order for someone to do something unjust to others. They could see you are someone who take care of your priorities, and you could be someone who take care of your priorities the legitimate way collective, and they could be mad at this. So they want you to be approached by the same type of individuals that they get approached by collective. And we have Dave and Buster's. So this person could have recently went to Dave and Buster's. They could have taken their kids to Dave and Buster's collective, or you could have recently went to Dave and Buster's, or there could have been an encounter with someone who is lustful at a Dave and Buster's that you or this person has met. So maybe who one of these bribes, one of these people that they had a sex meetup with, that they got bribed by, they could have met this person at a Dave and Buster's. And because they are someone who is lustful, they could have accepted this bribe collective because they were getting something out of it that they wanted because they are lustful. They could have been drinking on this night. Like I said, they could drink vodka, like to drink vodka. So whoever they had this sexual meetup with, they could have been drinking with this person together. They could have, like I said, met up at a Dave and Buster's, and they could have been having a few drinks, and one thing led to another. But this meetup um, turned into this police officer doing something unjust. And then we have 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So something significant could be happening at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Or this is the time that this meeting took place, or someone could want to take you to Dave and Buster's between these times if they are traveling towards you. Then we have shot. So someone could be wanting to take some shots of vodka. Maybe they're wanting you to be lustful collective, like these other individuals, or someone could have gotten shot at a Dave and Buster's between those times, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Maybe them taking these bribes has finally caught up to them, or someone could be shooting their shot as well, collective. Like I said, they could be shooting their shot coming in between these times, 1 to 6 p.m., or they could be coming towards you, wanting to offer you outing to Dave and Buster's between the time of 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. And then we have separation. So this could be someone that you are in separation with, collective. You could have separated from this person because they are lustful. And then we have Aquarius. So this could be an Aquarius that you're in separation with. And we have a Gemini female. So there could be a Gemini female involved, or a Gemini female could be involved with an Aquarius, and you guys could be separated at this time. Maybe there was a separation due to an altercation that happened that resulted in someone getting shot, collective, and that could be why there is the separation. And then we have overbearing. So someone could have been overbearing in a situation collective, whether if it's this Gemini female or this Aquarius who was overbearing collective, and maybe them being overbearing, them giving or taking bribes in a situation, wanting you to be approached by lustful individuals, mad because you take care of your priorities. Maybe all this backfired on them, and the backfire was them getting shot, or maybe they needed to get a shot in regards to something that they got, as in a STD, a disease, due to these bribes of sexual meetups that they were having with people. And then we have hazel eyes. So whoever this Gemini female is who is overbearing in the situation, they could have hazel eyes. Like I said, they could be dealing with an Aquarius. If this was someone you were dealing with collective, them dealing with this Aquarius dealing with this Gemini female who's overbearing with hazel eyes could have caused a separation between you two. And then we got hacking your devices. So this Gemini female could be overbearing in regards to you hacking your devices. Maybe this Gemini female wants to assure that you're not dealing with this Aquarius male or female. Maybe they know that this person wants to come towards you collective, and they could be hacking your phone to ensure that this person isn't reaching out to you, isn't trying to come towards you in some way, shape, or form, and they could just be being very overbearing collective. And we have sex addiction. So this Gemini female could have a addiction. Like I said, now whoever the police officer is in this, like I said, this could be either Quinn, this Gemini female, or this Aquarius, who's this police officer who has sexual meetups as bribes to do unjust things to people. So maybe this Gemini female has gotten access to your devices and able to hack your devices through whoever this police officer was that they had a sex meetup with collective. So they could have bribed this police officer to um give them access to your device, access to official systems to where they could access your device collective. And we have Andrea could be significant. And we have no. So if there was a question that you had in regards to someone named Andrea, the answer is no collective. Or maybe you feel like maybe someone with a sex addiction is wondering if Andrea is the one that gave them something. The answer is no, collective. It could have been this Gemini female who caused a separation, was why you had to get the shot up the booty or whatever, wherever you had to get it. And we have swingers group. So this could be a swingers group collective. Maybe someone could be hacking your devices, being overbearing because you said no to a swingers group, is what I'm also getting collective. This swingers group who has sexual addictions collective. And then we got DIY. So this swingers group, this swingers group could be doing some sort of DIY project right now, or you could be doing some DIY project at this time collective. And we have cold stone. So someone could be cold collective. They could feel like you're cold collective because you're saying no to being a part of this swingers group. Or you could have recently went to Cold Stone, got some ice cream or what so have you, or someone involved in this swingers group could do DIY projects but works at a cold stone. Then we have workplace. So yeah, this could be their workplace, whether if this is Andrea, who's a part of this swingers group, or this Gemini female with hazel eyes. They could work at Cold Stone, or they could work at your place of work. And then we have No Soul. So they could have No Soul collective. These swingers could have no soul. Then we have people who wanted you to feel unwanted, feels unwanted by you, collective. So yeah, like I said, you could have said no to this swingers group that you didn't want to be a part of it, and they could feel unwanted by you. So maybe now they want you to feel unwanted by wanting you to be approached by nothing but lustful individ in individuals, wanting you to be approached by lustful individuals only because they want you to feel unwanted, collective, because you made them feel unwanted, because you didn't want to indulge in this swingers group. You didn't want to indulge in having a sex addiction like they have. And then we have football players. So a football player could be involved in this, or you could have made this football player that's a part of this swingers group feel unwanted. So they in return try to make you feel unwanted, collective. Need more. So we got trying to tap into your sexual energy by any means in order to manifest. So these swingers could have wanted you to be a part of their swingers group because they wanted to access your sexual energy in order for them to manifest, collective. So this is why they could have been overbearing, collective. Oh, hacking your phone, maybe trying to force you into being a part of this, force you into having a sexual addiction by sending in lustful individuals to approach you, collective, because they want to steal your sexual energy or tap into your sexual energy by any means in order to manifest off your sexual energy. Then we have wants to take you out on a date. So this football player could want to take you out on a date, collective. The one who you felt unwanted by you, so they wanted to make you feel unwanted, but now this person could want to take you out on a date, but they can only want to take you out on a date in hopes that it ends with a sexual favor so that they could tap into your sexual energy, so that they could manifest or bring this sexual energy of yours back to this swingers group, collective, so that they all can manifest. And then we have 18. So someone could be 18, collective, or they could be wanting to take you out on the 18th of this month, collective, or these people could have done something 18 times, collective, or this football player could be dealing with someone who is 18. And then we have start writing that book. So collective, if you wanted to start writing a book, Spirit is telling you go ahead and start writing that book, collective, because it could be something. I said someone. It could be something that is very prosperous for you, successful for you. And then we have big changes. So there could be big changes coming in, collective. There could be big changes coming in on the 18th of this month, collective. Or like I said, if you start writing this book could bring you big changes. Then we have afraid to speak. So someone could be afraid to speak about something. I don't know if this is someone who is 18 in a situation. If they are involved with these swingers collective, they could be afraid to speak about something. And we have blocking your YouTube. So someone could be blocking your YouTube, whether if it's this swingers group or this football player, someone in this situation could be blocking your YouTube, or this could have been one of the bribes that these sex workers, a part of this swingers group, has given this police officer that they work with um to do to you. So they could have had a sexual meetup to bribe this officer to block your YouTube in some way, shape, or form, or someone who is blocking your YouTube, they could be afraid to speak to you. And we have false twin flames. So someone could be a false twin flame of yours. So, like I said, this football player is coming in trying to pretend to be a twin flame of yours, wanting to take you out or whatsoever on a date. It could be coming in, like I said, wanting to pretend like they want more with you, pretend, pretend like they're your twin flame, but they could be a false twin flame. And like I said, they could only be wanting to come in to have sex with you, to tap into your sexual energy in order to bring it back to this swingers group so that they can manifest off your sexual energy. Then we have one woman man. So someone could be pretending to be a one woman man, knowing that they're the opposite, knowing that they're a part of this swingers group, knowing that they like to have sexual meetups, knowing that they have a sexual addiction collective, or this person could be letting this sexual addiction go and wanting to be a one woman man. Then we have Chili's. So they could be wanting to take you out to Chili's collective, or someone could have recently went to Chili's, or someone in the situation could work at Chili's. The name Mel could be significant. Then we have texting another while next to you. So yeah, collective, if you did have a night with someone, they could have been texting someone else while they was right next to you, collective. They could have been texting someone who works at a Chili's that they've met. So, like I said, this could be someone who pretends like they are a one woman man when really they spread themselves thin. They like to text other people while next to you. They like to have sex with multiple people because they have a sexual addiction collective. And like I said, this is a police officer. They could take sexual favors as bribes collective. So they definitely aren't a one woman man and they aren't your twin flame. So when they come in trying to take you out on a date, whoever this is, whether if it's this police officer that wants to deal with you or this football player or someone else in a situation pretending to come in, wanting to take you out on a date, wanting to act like they're your twin flame. They are not. So just to have you aware, they are not your twin flame. They are false. Just to give you a heads up. Do not have sex with this person. So if a person today or just watch the times between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. If a person is coming in wanting to take you out on a date, you could go out on a date, collective, but I wouldn't have sex with them. Like I said, they could just be trying to have sex with you, trying to wine and dine you so they could tap into your sexual energy so they can manifest and so they could bring it back to the swingers group so they can manifest. And then we have major backfire. So something could be backfiring on this swingers group collective or in someone in general. Maybe the major backfire could be on someone who was a part of this swingers group, someone who did have a sexual addiction, but they could be tired of this addiction collective. They could be tired of being involved in this swingers group. And like I said, they could now be wanting to be a one woman man, but now that they want to be a woman man, you may not want to deal with them. So this could be a backfire to them, or this group could just be having a major backfire in regards to what they've been doing, in regards to being overbearing collective, in regards to hacking your devices. This police officer could be having a major backfire in regards to taking bribes to do unjust things to other people and allow these people to do unjust things collective. A lot and in regards to blocking your YouTube, they could be receiving a major backfire. And then we have power couple. So there could be a power couple in this situation who's receiving a major backfire, a couple that felt as though they were a power couple. Maybe they felt that they were powerful in the situation. Maybe they are ahead of this swingers group. Maybe they felt like they could get someone to join you to join this swingers group collective because they felt like they were a power couple and they had power collective, but they could be receiving a major backfire collective. Or if it isn't that, someone, like I said, could have been a part of this swingers group that you dealt with in the past collective, or someone that wants to deal with you collective that was a part of this group but wants to be a one woman man now. You could be coming to a connection with this person and being a power couple collective. So maybe you got a few different people coming in, but you got to be um, on the lookout because one of them is a false twin flame of yours, but someone you could actually be meant to have a power couple with or be a power couple with. And we have an Aries male. So this could be an Aries male that you're supposed to have a power couple with, or you guys could have been a power couple, but they could have been a part of this group collective, or they could have had a part in something collective. So if you guys were a power couple or supposed to be, they could be getting a major backfire because, like I said, if they had a hand in this, in any of this, or was involved in this group, you may not want to deal with them because you don't want to deal with this group and you don't want to deal with their sexual addiction or whatever else. So now that they want to be a one woman man, you cannot want them. You may not want to have this power couple dynamic anymore. So that could be the major backfire to this Aries male. And then we have 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. So something significant could be happening between the times of 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. collective. Maybe this Aries male is wanting to come towards you collective between those times. And then we have paying people to have arguments with you. So this Aries male could have been paying people to come in and have arguments with you collective. Like I said, if they were a part of this group, these people were just very overbearing. So they could have been doing things to overwhelm you, collective, or doing things just unjust to you to have you caught up. So they could have been paying people to have arguments with you. And then we have Leo males. This Aries male could have been doing this, or this Leo male could have been doing this, paying people to have arguments with you, or they could have been working with this Aries male. Like I said, this could just be all of these swingers in this group and what they have been doing against you, collective, because you said no to being a part of their swingers group. So they could have been overbearing by paying people to have arguments with you, collective, blocking your YouTube, collective, wanting you to be approached by lustful individuals only, collective, wanting, where it go, hacking your devices, collective, wanting you to have a sex addiction like they do. And then we have blocking your platforms on purpose, like I said. So not only are they blocking your YouTube, if you're someone who has multiple, hmm, hold on, I'm doing stuff. If you're someone who has multiple platforms, they could be blocking you on these platforms so you don't receive any likes, views, shares, or any profit. So you don't make a gain off of these platforms, collective, because this could be a part of them being overbearing, collective, and they could be hacking your devices to do this so they know what platforms you are on. Anytime you may create a platform, they have knowledge of it so that they could go in and block it. So anytime you do something on a platform, these people have knowledge of it because they're hacking your devices and they know every platform that you're on and when you do stuff. So they are blocking everything that you do on these platforms, collective, because you said no to being a part of their swingers group. Maybe you are someone that is really abundant. Maybe you have a good energy. Maybe your energy is really appealing. Maybe your energy, like I said, is very abundant in some way. So these people just want to tap into your sexual energy so they can manifest anyway. And because you will not allow them to do that, they want to block you on all platforms, collective, as a form of revenge. And they want to continue to do unjust things to you because they have the means to do it because they use police officers to have sexual meetups as a bribe for them to be able to do the unjust things that they do to you. Any more any more messages for the collective? Wow. Any more? Right. So we got charity and giving in the reverse Taurus energy. So a Taurus could be involved in all of this, collective. They could be involved with this swingers group, but they could be wanting to give gifts. They could be wanting to be generous, give charity, give a donation. Um, they could be giving community assistance. They could be wanting to come in and give you assistance, give you support, some sort of help, collective. Or there could be a Taurus in the situation that was getting gifts um, and donations. If they were this police officer or a sex worker in this swingers group, they could have been getting help and support when it came to donation and gifts. And then we have marriage in the upright Pisces energy. So there could be a Pisces that's involved in all of this, or was involved. Um, they could be married, they could be in a happy family, or they could want a happy family with someone collective. They could want to have a reunion with someone. They could be coming home. They could be having a family gathering of some sort. So I had DIY in here. So they could be doing a DIY project trying to get ready for a gathering collective. Like I said, if they are married, this could just be them coming home from somewhere. Maybe this person travels a lot and they could be returning home and there could be a gathering of some sort, or whoever this Pisces is, if they are not married, maybe they want to get married, maybe they want to have a reunion with someone, and they could be wanting to take them out on a date and propose collective. This could be the person that wants to be a one woman man now. They can want a long term relationship collective. Or, like I said in the beginning, if this Pisces is married to someone, they could be married to someone that they are in this swingers group with. So, them and their spouse could be a part of this swingers group. And then we have strength in the upright Leo energy. So, there could be a Leo involved that's needing to have inner strength, needing to have courage, be brave in a situation. Maybe this Leo needs to gain self confidence and be compassionate at this time. Or maybe this Leo is someone that sees you as strong collective. Maybe they see that you are courageous and brave and has self confidence. And maybe they want you to have compassion for them because you see the woman stroking this lion. The Leo is the lion. So this Leo may want you to have compassion for them. Maybe they feel like you're the one that can tame them if they're wanting to change and be a one woman man after having a sexual addiction. Like I said, collective, they may feel like you're the one that can tame them, can control them and their sexual urges collective, or maybe you just give them what they need. I don't know, but they could be overcoming self-doubt collective because they could have doubted themselves. They could have doubted being able to be this one woman man because of this sex addiction that they suffer from, because of what and who they decided to involve themselves with, if they were a part of this swingers group or dealt with people from this swingers group. But they could be focused collective at this time. They could be focused on what they want. Like I said, if it's someone they want, maybe they want marriage with someone collective, but maybe they need to be patient in regards to a situation collective. But they could be trying to be persuasive. They could be trying to influence someone collective. They could be overbearing collective. Or like I said, all these people could be overbearing. Like I said, these could be people that want you a part of this swingers group collective. And maybe they're wanting to come in and bribe you collective, give you gifts and donations. And then we have King of Cups and the upright Pisces energy again. We have a mature, compassionate male, caring, friendly, empathetic, wise, forgiving, diplomatic, balanced, romantic, charming, devoted, family oriented, generous. So maybe this Pisces, like I said, is wanting to come in. If they aren't married, they could want to come in and get married to you, collective. They could be coming in bearing gifts, wanting to help in a situation, want to give a donation collective, and maybe they're needing to find the strength to come towards you collective because maybe they know that you're not going for being a part of their marriage if they are married, or being a part of their swingers group, or wanting someone who has a sexual addiction. So maybe this Pisces, if they're the one that's coming towards you, they could be trying to use emotional intelligence when it comes to coming towards you or offering you something, finding the strength, because they could be self-doubting themselves on whether or not they could give you what you want, collective. But they could be wanting to overcome this self-doubt. And then we have friendship in the reverse, Cancer energy. So there could be a Cancer involved in this swingers group who's overindulging. They could be a bitch, and they can have a lack of a social life. So whoever the Cancer is in the situation, I don't know how they would have lack of a social life if they are a part of the swingers group. Don't they have a lot of parties and shit? Like, I don't get it, but they could be a bitch. Maybe because they are a bitch, nobody really want to deal with them. But I don't know. They could be overindulging. They could be overindulging in something that they're doing, and or they could be overindulging when it comes to sex. Like I said, I don't know if this somebody's friend or what. So maybe this Pisces had friends around them that was a part of this swingers group that could have tried to get you to be a part of this swingers group, collective. And they, as Leo, could have been persuasive when it came to something. They could have been trying to influence another collective. They could have been trying to influence you, collective. Maybe because they didn't want someone to have strength in the situation, be courageous. I don't know why I can't talk. When it comes to offering someone a marriage, but however it's going, or you could just have multiple suitors that was involved in this that wants to come towards you, like. But I would be careful because, like I said, one of these people is a false twin flame, but one of these people could actually be turning their lives around and wanting to be a one woman man. So, what I would say is take things slow and really see where a person's intentions are, and how I say you will know is by this saying, time will tell. Give things time to grow, time to improve, and time for them to really show that they want what you want or want what they're offering you, collective. 'Cause like I said, people could come in with ulterior motives, claiming that they're a twin flame of yours that really they're false, or come in claiming that they want something with you and don't really want something with you, or they could be coming in for revenge because they felt unwanted by you, so they want you to feel unwanted. So yeah, I would be careful. I would take my time and let things play out as they should. But anymore, 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 anymore. All right, so we got connection. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. So maybe you have a connection, like I said, with one of these people, collective, this Pisces or this Leo. Um, but whatever this connection is, it could be eternal and unbreakable, because this could actually be a twin flame of yours, like I said. So if you have multiple offers, This Pisces could actually, this Pisces or this Leo could be your actual twin flame, but one or the other is the false twin flame. I don't know which one is the real and which one is the fake. But like I said, maybe they're both on the up and up now because they're both in the upright. The Pisces is wanting marriage, but the Leo feels like you could tame them collective. So I don't know. You know who's who in your situation, but whatever the connection that you have with a person, your connection is eternal and unbreakable. Then we have allure. Consider this situation carefully. So, like I just said, collective, I don't know which is which. So, consider the situation carefully. Or when it comes to this marriage, if a Pisces is wanting to come in and marry you, whoever it is wanting to come in and marry you, please consider this situation carefully because they could be very alluring. They could be trying to allure you into this singers group by trying to act like they want something more with you when really they're just trying to get their foot in the door so that they can later on allure you into this swingers group. So consider this situation carefully. Like I said, let time speak for itself. Don't just jump anything all willy nilly because like I said, they could be coming in with ulterior motives, coming in all charming, coming in wanting more with you, but then wanting to ease you in to a situation you don't want to be a part of. And then we have rekindle. Every relationship has those magical moments that can be rekindled. So one of these persons or one of these people, I said one of these persons, one of these people you could have shared magical moments with collective. So maybe you want to rekindle this or they could want to rekindle this collective because they have been reminded of these magical moments with you collective and they may be wanting to feel that again, experience that again. Then we have embrace. Embrace what fate has in store for you collective. So, like I said, if one of these are your actual twin flame, someone that you're actually supposed to marry and be with, this could be what fate has in store for you, collective. It could be for you to rekindle with someone that you had a connection with that you felt was eternal and unbreakable, collective. And we have commitment. Commitment is an important factor in building a successful relationship. So, yeah, in the past, someone may have not wanted to be committed, collective, but now they could be wanting to be this one woman man and wanting to be committed, wanting to be in a relationship, a long term relationship, or a marriage, collective. But in order for it to be successful, they actually have to be committed to the commitment, collective, and not be out here dealing with other folks, exploring sexually, texting other people while next to you, collective. They can't be doing all that. They gotta let this sex addiction go and trying to talk to other people while they laying right next to you. They gotta let that go because they ain't committed. So if they want to come in with this commitment, they have to have fully released the sexual addiction that they have and then wanting to text other people while laying next to you collective. Then we have universe. The universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Just let everything take its course. So like I said, for the one that's actually supposed to be in your life, the universe could be guiding you towards them or guiding them towards you, collective. So let everything take its course. Like I said, only time will tell. So just let everything play out. Like I said, be careful, consider things and how you want them to go, how it will be fit for both parties, but don't rush into things, take things slow. And you gotta say yes to a person right off bat. Any more messages like with spirit? All right, so we got Dark Night of the Soul. So collective, you could have went through the Dark Night of the Soul. If you were someone who had a sexual addiction in the past, if you were someone who were dealing with these swingers or people of this swingers group, you could have went through the Dark Night of the Soul after dealing with these people, or someone that is a part of this swingers group or dealing with people in this swingers group, like I said, could be could have went through the dark night of the soul, or they could be going through this and they could be realizing what they really want. Collective, you are facing past and present traumas for healing purposes. So yeah, either you had to heal from a sexual addiction, or someone that wants to come towards you and offer you more. Collective, they could be healing from a sexual addiction that they had. And then we have the high priestess. So, collective, you could be a high priestess, you could be intuitive, you could be receiving downloads straight from the source. And we have strength. Once again, it's already pulled when it comes to the Leo card. So we have you are going through a transformation that is requiring you to remain strong. So collective, going through this dark night of the soul that have required you to remain strong. Collective, as you were dealing with your traumas of the past and the present, or whoever this is that suffers from this sexual addiction, they could have needed to remain strong in the situation and come through this dark night of the soul or deal with it so that they could heal. And then we have lovers. So yeah, someone could have been lovers or had multiple lovers in a situation because they were full of passion and lust. Collective. So the dark night of the soul was needed because maybe they were lustful and very passionate when it came to sex because they were traumatized from past or present situations. Collective, that they needed healing from. So if this person went through the dark night of the soul, they could be healed from this passion and less energy that they have when it comes to this sex addiction. So maybe they could be ready for you. Collective, that they could have done the work. So if this person did the work, then they might just be ready for what they offer you. But if they ain't do the work, like I said, I will let time take its course. I will let things move at a slow pace, or how can I say this? Or a steady pace until this person actually gets through this if they haven't already. Because, like I said, if they're saying they want marriage, and especially with you, collective, if you saying you don't want to be a part of no swingers group, you don't want to deal with someone who sits in the bed or sit next to you while texting another. Collective, you wouldn't want to be with this person if they're still in this passionate and lustful energy and having multiple lovers. So before they come your way, they would have had to gone through the dark night of the soul or need to before even approaching you with an offer of marriage. Collective, or a long-term relationship. Because with you, it ain't gonna work if they're still in this lover's energy, having multiple, being passionate and lustful. But that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. Deuces, I holla.